The recent death of Philip Seymour Hoffman highlights the nation's growing problem of heroin addiction. Thanks for joining us tonight for the news at 6. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Philip Coleman. The CDC estimates that the number of deaths due to heroin overdose has gone up 45% between 2006 and 2010. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards joins us now with more in tonight's top story.
That's right, Philip, but the problem isn't just in Hollywood. People right here in West Alabama are struggling with the same addiction. The Phoenix House in Tuscaloosa is a state-certified rehab facility where people choosing to overcome drug addiction can find help.
We're seeing more and more heroin users come in than we have in the past.
Phoenix House Clinical Director Alexander Hogue says heroin use is more prominent today than it was 5 or 10 years ago, when it was almost non-existent. He believes the low cost of the drug plays a role in that increase.
If you're using it and don't have an addiction, it is relatively cheap. But in particular with heroin, it requires more and more and more ad infinitum use. And that's when it gets very, very expensive and very, very dangerous.
Hogue says the good news is there is treatment, but realizing there is an addiction may be the hardest part for a user.
And there's a variety of treatments, and it can work, and it does work, but it does take commitment and it takes action.
One Phoenix House employee knows just how much commitment it takes to overcome addiction. She's asked to remain anonymous, but is willing to share her story of recovery.
I started using drugs when I was 36, 37 years old with 2 kids. My drug of choice was crack cocaine. When I first started out, it was fun. I thought it was fun. You know, I could handle it, but I don't know when it consumed me. And that's what happened to a lot of people. You don't know when it consumes you. You don't know when you get lost.
She says for most people, it takes hitting rock bottom to realize they have a problem.
My bottom was, I missed my daughter's prom.
This is when she chose to get help at the Phoenix House, which is now her employer. She says it's her way to help others.
I tell them my job is to love you till you learn how to love yourself, because there was someone here for me.
And for all of the addicts out there, she says it's important to remember you have more than one option.
You have to learn that you have choices. And just for today, I choose not to do drugs and alcohol.
Now, if you or someone you love is battling addiction, you can contact the Phoenix House at 205-758-3867. For WVUA News, I'm Jennifer Edwards.